Inspiration. My name is Jeremy. Today we got a couple pictures that we're going to do, and I don't quite have as much time as I have been doing. Recently got some helpful advice about managing my time better. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think from now on I'm only going to be streaming for about an hour and a half. The reason being is that I need to spend some time working more on the social media side of these kind of streams. That way I can work on getting more followers. The way I heard it described, I think it's described like this on the Twitch website, maybe under like how to get more viewers or something. But if Twitch is like an island on the internet and then other social medias are all around it, you need to build bridges from those social medias and build the bridges to your Twitch page. So that's what I'm going to be kind of working on. I need to build those bridges, and to do that I have to do like some social media stuff, which it's not really my favorite, but I'll do it anyway. You know, it needs to be done. Alright, so since I only have an hour and a half, I need to get started right away. Now, for today's warm-up picture, I was thinking, I have a lot of old leftover nail polish from my wife. Like, I didn't know that nail polish had an expiration date, but it does. And, oh, you know what? I forgot. I need to turn this light off. There we go. Oh, I leave that light on. It gives a bad shadow that I don't really care for too much. And also the yellow light from my lamp and the blue light from the outside or through my window here. It's I don't think they go well together. Anyway, yeah, nail polish has an expiration date. So because of that, I have a bunch of bottles of nail polish that are not fit to be used on nails. So I'm going to use them for art instead. I was thinking I would do like the shelf of a potion shop and use the different colored nail polishes I have here to be like the magical liquids inside. Gotta put a cork in the top of this or else the stuff will come out. There's my cork. Alright, so for this first potion I have this kind of lilac color. I can see why you want to get, you don't want to use them past the expiration date, because they kind of get chunky, I guess. They get harder to spread, maybe. Here we go, we're going to lay down some nail polish on this paper here. Ooh. My room's going to smell pretty strong after this session. I always thought the potions in games, like fantasy games and stuff, were maybe not extremely handy. I usually don't use them very much in games. Like in Skyrim or Oblivion, I'll have like 100 potions. The only ones I would ever really use were the ones that let you carry more stuff, because I would always have too much equipment and wouldn't be able to run. But they always look cool. I know I talk about the game Fortnite a lot, but in Fortnite, instead of wearing armor, you get these like shield potions. They're like little blue jars, kind of like a little round mason jar almost, with like a blue liquid inside, and you drink it, and it gives you a shield, and they look delicious. I'm assuming they are blueberry flavored. If I ran a barcade, which would be a bar that serves alcohol, I guess. An arcade that serves alcohol. All bars serve alcohol, probably. I guess unless it's like a juice bar. But an arcade that serves alcohol. If I owned one of those, I would definitely have the shield potion from Fortnite on there, because to me it just looks delicious. They have a couple different ones now than when they first started. They have like the regular shield potion that gives you 50 shield, and those are the ones that come in kind of like little round mason jars. And then they have littler ones that kind of look like I don't know, like a pill bottle maybe. And those ones have you can drink them really fast, so they're great. I love them, and they only give you 25 health, but it only takes 2 seconds for you to drink it, which can be the deciding factor on if you're going to survive or not. But they can only give you up to 50 health, which is the catch for those, or 50 shield. Once you have 50 shield, then they don't work any longer. It's going to be some sort of heart potion, I guess. And then they have one more potion in the game called Slurp Juice, which is a hilarious name. And Slurp Juice gives you 25 shield and 25 health, but it gives you 1 point of each every second for 25 seconds. So it can be a little bit, it can be not very helpful if you're in the middle of a firefight and you need health or shield fast. But they still all look very tasty. Alright, we got this heart potion here. I'm going to put a little insignia or something down here at the bottom. I don't know, just like a little decoration or something. I think I'm going to write little signs underneath saying what each potion does. Right. Got some colors here that I'm going to use for this one. They are all stuck up. Let's see, what is this? Does this one say have a name for the color? It does not. It just says nail lacquer. What is this one? Does not say a color name either. Unless Fast Dry Nail Color is its name, but I don't think that's it. I'm going to try to mix these two. This one's kind of like a bright pink, that one's more of a pastel pink. I'm going to mix them together and see what we can get. I guess this is kind of like a love potion of some kind. Love potion number 9. put some more over here. It's kind of hard to be precise with these tiny little brush tips on this. Oh yes, this is my 9th stream, so I guess Love Potion number 9 fits really well, doesn't it? This pastel pink's kind of taken over the hot pink a little bit more than I wanted. I might have to go over it again. Oops, I kind of went over my, whatever that is, like a wax seal on the bottle or something. You know what, that looks pretty good. Kind of goopy. Not a bad potion bottle. Not a bad potion color. Alright, let's do another one. What shape? We gotta do a weird shape, right? Because the weirder the bottle is, the better the potion is. So like this is a love potion. We'll say this is like a shield potion. Let's see, do like a wobbly bottle. I can do a wobbly bottle. I'll have a small mouth there. What'll this potion be? Maybe it'll be like a potion that will give you extra magic power, like a mana potion. Or maybe since it's all wobbly, maybe it's like a teleportation potion or something, or like what would it be, like I want to say like a ghost stabby. I don't think that's actually a phrase, but like it helps you maybe it helps you helps blows pass through you, turns you into liquid. That might be a good one too. I've got some interesting blues for this one. Sinful Colors Professional. Apparently this one was made in the US, but this one does not say if it was or not. Alright, well if it turns you into liquid, let's use a nice blue kind of color for it. Ew. Yeah, this would not work well on your nails. It seems to be has separated maybe. It's like very, very watery. Which is great for what we're making, but probably be really hard to get on your nails. You'd have to do like 7 layers, 7 coats of it or something. It's kind of nice and sparkly though. Not like too sparkly, but it's like a nice sparkle. While I'm working on this, why don't y'all think of what the next potion should be and let me know. I'm thinking maybe a potion that turns people into frogs. Potion that turns people into Pac-Man. Yeah, this does kind of look like watercolor. I think it's because it's separated so much that it's basically just, I don't know, water with paint in it. Oh no! It's so drippy. Oh well. get that down there to accentuate the curve of the bottle there. I'm not going to be able to get this to lay out evenly on here. That's okay. For this one, I also wanted to put a like a top coat, I guess. See if I can get this to work here. I've got this weird fuzzy coat stuff that I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. It's all kind of stuck up in the bottle. Gotta stir it a little bit to get it out. Come on, fuzzies. Don't be scared. It's like putting confetti on, kinda. Like a fuzzy sweater. Ooh, yum! You want to drink a sweater? Let's give it a little texture. Hopefully this doesn't soak through the paper onto my desk, but if it does, it won't be the end of the world. I should grab 2 papers to kind of help prevent any soakage. We'll see if it actually works. And this is mixed media paper too, it's not just drawing, so it should be used to getting stuff like glue on it. Uh-oh. And see out my window, like the neighborhood tomcat has come up to our house. He's probably looking in the windows trying to get my cats riled. I feel like I should give him a name, like Ramblin' Joe or Smokey John. Alright, let's make a green potion. Ah, sounds good. I think I want to do one of the ones like it has like a little base, a little round base like this. And it has like a really long neck to it. Like the potion bottle that Shrek steals in Shrek 2. The one that the happily ever after potion. It was kind of like this. It was just like a little bulbous base and then like a really long neck. I want to say that there's an energy drink that's supposed to be like health potions and mana potions, and they come in bottles kind of like this, which is kind of a cool idea. I've never had one. I don't really like energy drinks usually. I've never found an energy drink that I really liked. Let's see. Uh-oh. You know what? I don't really have a green. The closest I have is this kind of like mint color. Oh, mint crush. But you know what? I have some cool ones. Oh. You know what? Before I do this one, I do have some. I am going to add some gold, but I think I'm going to add some gold to the first one, actually. I think it's kind of boring, just sitting there, just being purple. Oh, this gold is all chunky. I don't know if I'm going to be able to spread it out really. Gilded rocks is what it says this color is. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's like the consistency of soured milk. It doesn't seem to be looking that different to y'all on the screen, but it looks a lot different IRL. That's what the cool kids call in real life, because they're busy. They're too busy to say things out loud. There we go. That looks interesting. Need a quick coffee break. Ooh. Oh, good stuff. So, I don't know if you can see, but once again, I'm using this mug that my wonderful wife got me for Christmas. It has a pattern on it that's that I actually made. This is something that you could buy from my store on Society 6 at Inky Inspiration. You can go on there and you can get different things that I have designed, like not only travel mugs but also backpacks, posters, canvas art, and things like that. I like it. It's really handy, and I like the way that they built the mug. All right, I've got this one that's kind of like black with hints of red sparkles. We'll see how this one looks. I'll put it on here. It would have been nice to have a green potion, but oh my gosh, it just looks black. I don't see any red sparkles. Maybe if I smooth it out a little bit. It's good. I was thinking about using this one on the love potion, but I'm glad I didn't, because it's just so dark. No, you can't. You can just barely see the red sparkles, but I can only see them if I'm looking really close. It's it just looks like black. It just looks like tar. Let's put something else on there to let's just put anything else on there to give it some more color. This stuff kind of looks like metal, like an oil slick. Maybe that'll look cool. Ooh, that does look cool. Oh, it's like I know, it's like a potion of iron, potion of iron skin. Well, increases your fortitude. I think that is a potion from Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm not 100% sure. Well, I guess I could dip it in again and get a little bit more paint, but I might say that this potion's kind of separated. It's been sitting on the shelf for a while, so it's darker up at the top. That looks cool. Alright, we have room for, it looks like, one potion. I think I'm going to do one potion bottle, kind of like in the shape of the, you know those, like, that pomegranate juice drink? I think it's just called Palm, maybe? And they have, like, kind of the bulbous. It's like 2 balls, like this. I think if you get the really long one, it's like 3. I'm gonna draw one like that. The only problem being that I cannot draw circles to save my life. But hey, it's just a warm-up picture. Not the end of the world. Oh my gosh, it looks like a snowman. I'm gonna give this one a really wide mouth. Like a short, stubby, but wide mouth. That way you can drink it faster. I'm just gonna have a short, fat cork. There we go. Alright, now let's see what colors I have left over here that I haven't used. I have a yellow. It's kind of like orange sherbet color. Let's see. I have this kind of like green sherbet color. Yeah, I might do this one in layers, like each little bulb has like a different color in it. I think I'll do orange on top, yellow in the middle, and this mint green at the bottom. No, you know what? I'm going to reverse it. Mint green on top. Orange sherbet on the bottom. Sometimes it's hard to get these lids off. I think this is the first time I've streamed and not been playing music from a video game. So that's something. I was just getting bored of it. This is a musician called Androcell. That does this kind of, I don't know what you would call it, psychedelic, new age, breakbeat stuff. I love it. It's kind of otherworldly, kind of, I don't know, like I'm in a foreign space country. Maybe I'm on like a different planet and I'm witnessing some sort of crazy space religion ritual, and like this is their music. Like this is their like worship music. They'll get their like church band together with all their weird space instruments. Like, all right, everybody, if you turn to page 39 in your hymnals, we have what's this song called? Efflorescence. May the mighty glob look down upon us and smile as he hears our sweet tunes. Bloop, 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 bloop. We're looking for a new graculizer player for our church band, so if you have any experience playing the graculizer, please see Sharon after the service. That's what I imagine going to Space Church would be like. This drink's looking pretty tasty, like some sort of banana split, maybe smoothie drink. Maybe you like mix. Maybe before you drink it, you have to shake it up and mix all the different fluids together to get the I don't know, whatever effect it is that you want. You know what? Instead of doing the mint green, I'm gonna go with this very pastel, creamy pink color because I think it will go better with the orange and the. Y'all probably can't hear it, but my cat is clawing at the carpet under my door trying to get in. He just really likes art. He wants to come and paint. He's like that artist Pokemon. He uses his tail as a paintbrush. Actually, no, he's not. He's more like that cat from the Catastrophe video game where you play as a cat that knocks, and you get points for knocking things off the table and breaking them. That's what my cat's more like. There we go, almost finished. You see, the reason why they separate is because troll fat and I don't know, frog person mucus, they just don't they don't blend together well. They separate. All right. Ooh. It's getting smelly in this room. Got all the little dried pieces from cracking open the bottles. Alright. The gold was a good touch. Thanks for suggesting that. Let's draw the table that they're sitting on. We gotta put some like labels on it, so when people come to the potion store, they know what everything is and how much it costs. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think lead skin might be a pyromancy spell from Dark Souls. I think that's what I was thinking of. It like makes you not take very much damage, but it also makes your character super heavy so they can't really move. Which doesn't seem like a good trade-off to me. I never used it, even though I almost always was a pyromancer. Okay, so crack open these pens that are a bit more precise. Uh-oh, bumped my camera. obviously I need to put these elsewhere. Okay, so first we have the love potion. This is number 9. How much does this one cost? Let's say it costs 37 silver. Okay. We have... We'll do the water potion next. Turn to water. I can see a couple uses for that. I think maybe if you like poured it on a door that you were trying to get to, it would turn into water. Maybe. Alright, and this costs 25 schmeckles. I don't know what you would abbreviate schmeckles. SCH? Probably SML actually. Schmeckel. Alright, let's move over here to... Oh, you know what? I need a purple pen. Got my purple Stabilo. I had so many of these when I lived in Germany. They were great. I had like the carrying case was like a giant one of these. So it was like orange with the white stripes on all the edges and the lid. And then I just had like all of them sitting inside. And I loved it. It was great. But when I get bored on my bus ride home, which was easy because my bus ride was an hour long, I would take them off and I would like pinch the lid in my hair, and so it would like hang in my hair like this, and have like all these pins hanging in my hair. I have some weird pictures of it from, especially because I like to do the thing. It was the first time I got a camera. So I like to do the thing where it would make like only one, everything was black and white except for one color or something like that, where you switch colors around in the camera. I thought those were so cool. All right, so what is this? What is this potion with the gold flakes in it? Some sort of, let's say it's a luck potion. That sounds good. Good luck. And this is, let's see, this one has to cost a lot because it has gold in it. So let's say it is 108 Darnarians. I was right, Dars. 108 Dars. Alright, next. Let me see if I have a silver pen in here. That'll work fast, I think. I have this dark gray one. That'll be good. So this will be the iron skin. The iron skin potion, and this one is, let's see, oh, this one's really cheap. It's only 3 snake skins. Let's put SNS. It's an abbreviation for snake skin that I just decided. Alright, and lastly we have the sherbet potion, which I think we're just going to call the sherbet potion. Oh gosh, how do you spell sherbet? I gotta look it up real quick. Oh no, I looked up Schubert. Okay, there we go. I do not want Schubert the composer, I want Sherbert. S-H-E-R-B-E-T. Sherbert. Potion. What does it do? I don't know. Well, I guess you'll have to buy it to find out. And it costs 52 dinero. I don't know why I made each one cost a different kind of currency, but it's just fun that way. Alright. Let's see, I should have done this part first, actually, but it's too late to turn back. Excuse me. Yeah, I should have done this part first so I wouldn't have to have my arm over all this wet nail polish, but... There, the Inky Inspiration Potion Shop. Put all these pens away. Let's put a little brown on here for like the veins in the sign, the wood grain. Alright. And lastly, I'm going to flip this around real quick. This is not super detailed, but it's got to have like a little chain for the sign to be hanging on. It's not just hanging there by itself. You know what? I think I also need to put a little bit of wood grain on the table that the potions are resting on to make it look like a wood, like a wood table. Oh, that cat finally left. I see him. He's strutting away from my house. Oh no. My sons are using these. I let them use these. I brought them with me because this is nice and portable. I mean, nothing falls out. You carry it around in your pocket, so it's great. So when I went to the doctor's office not too long ago, I brought these with me so my kids would have something to like color with, something to do, because the doctor's office, even if you're going in for like a quick thing, a quick little checkup, it always takes like at least an hour. So I brought these pens with me so they would have something to draw. And they decided to make some like pointillism, but like this. And so they like bent the tip of this pen. You probably can't see it very well, but it's all like that. So it makes it a little bit difficult to draw with sometimes. This isn't a super fancy wood grain. It's just a doodle. I swear I know how to make wood grain look nice. All right. Well, that is my little potion shop drawing. I like it. I think it turned out well. Nice and shiny, I think. I guess as good a use as any for nail polish that's gross and old. Alright, we'll put this over there. Excuse me. Now, I have about 40 minutes left in this stream today, and I'm going to try to get as much of this picture that I had in mind done. Just arrange everything real quick. So, I said last week that I would draw a picture of some of the bosses from Hollow Knight, but like having a tea party. And I think I'm going to do that. I have an idea of what I want it to look like. I just need to actually do it. Just make sure. Yep, looks like I'm still streaming. Also, I need a real quick for my throat. Pardon me. I'm figuring I'll only probably be able to get through one, maybe two bosses before my time runs out. But we will see. Now, I don't want to rely too much on using pencil, but I am going to use it just to sort of get an idea of where I want to put people. So I think first what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of get an idea where my table is going to be. Probably going to make the table kind of like a basin because, well, they're bugs. It's kind of a society that's fallen apart. Old stone basin, maybe. Alright, we gotta draw our first bug. It's gonna be over here. My first boss bug. First, I'm gonna do a little rough sketch. You know what? I want to make that smaller. It's at a tea party. I'm gonna give him a tiny little chair. I think it'll be cute. Still drawing it too high up. Alright, that's where my tiny chair is. I'm going to change this real quick to make it a tiny table for a tiny tea party. I mean, it's still going to be broad because I need to fit a lot of guys around it, but it's going to have tiny little legs so it's close to the ground. Like it's a kid's tea table. Okay, now draw my first guy. Let's see, the first person I'm going to draw over here he's called the Dung Defender. He's a dung beetle. He's very round. So put his big round frame. Sitting in the tiny chair. Get an idea, his head's gonna be here. He has really big shoulders. He used to be, the Dung Defender used to be one of the 5 great knights of Hollow Nest. Until at one point the king had him banished, the White King. But nobody says why. So like, as the players, we don't know what happened. One of the theories out there is that the reason he got banished because he didn't approve of the White King's his ideas on how to solve the plague that came over the world. He thought that it was the Dung Defender thought it was too harsh, and the White King doesn't like to have people argue with him. The White King says that no cost is too great. How am I gonna... This guy has like little claws for hands. I don't know how I'm gonna actually draw him holding a teacup, but you know what? We'll figure it out. I think it's kind of like a hook for a claw, and I think what I'll do is I'll just hang the teacup on that little hook. Alright, so there's my kind of my rough outline for him. Let's see, his face is going to be right here. Well, let's make it a little bit rounder. There. We've got his eyes. His little nose. He's got like see, little horns on top of his head. I guess they're kind of like the dung beetle's mandibles, but they're like on top of his head. They're not sharp or anything. He's very rounded. His horns are rounded. His claws are rounded. He's a really round guy, and he's, I think, no, that's not right. But he's one of the bosses that you fight that you don't actually kill. You just end up knocking him away, and he just like wiggles his feet around in the background for a bit, and then tunnels away. And you can later find him in his house, and he's just like hanging out, sleeping. You can talk to him and stuff. He's very nice. He's just there to protect his friend, who is one of the other 5 great knights. His friend who died a long time ago. And he's like protecting her grave. So he's a nice guy. It's easy to draw rounded shapes with the Sharpies, because they're so not quite as precise, I guess you'd say. So let's draw that shoulder pad. One of the knights, well, one of the the first bosses you meet is the armor of one of the 5 great knights. It's not actually the knight itself, it's actually just like a little maggot who's wearing the armor. So that tells me that like these bugs wear outfits and stuff. So I'm wondering if his giant shoulder pads are just part of his armor, or if they're actually part of his body. Kind of like Smaug in Smaug, whatever his name is, in Dark Souls, who is also like a big round guy, but he's just wearing armor with like a false head on top. I almost said that he is one of the great knights in Dark Souls, but he's not. He's an executor. But you fight him alongside Ornstein, who was one of the great knights in Dark Souls. A lot of similarities between Dark Souls and Hollow Knight. The mysterious missing knights being one of them. Let's see if I can be precise enough with this if I press really lightly to draw this teacup in with this Sharpie. Probably not. I should probably grab one of the more precise pens, but I don't want to. Oh, almost got it. There we go. It's not too bad. Alright, let's do his legs. I like the Dung Defender because he's very expressive when you fight with him. He's doing a lot of like, hey, ho ho, ha ha, kind of things. It makes him seem very jovial for a bug that sits in a cave full of dung underneath the city. Alright, we gotta do his Whew. I think I'm coughing so much because of all the lacquer, all the nail polish. Alright, let's draw his chest plate. Let's see. He has kind of this ribbed armor. Oh, I guess I need to draw his other claw, huh? I'll put it down here. Well, it doesn't look quite as good as the first claw I did. Alright. Do his chair real quick, his tiny little tea party chair. Back of the chair. And let's see, let's make the legs kind of like bending outward because it wasn't made to hold this big heavy knight. And we'll put some little movement shaking marks on it like the chair is buckling. Alright, now, when you defeat the Dung Defender in the game, you get his crest. I need some coffee real quick. And when you're wearing the Dung Defender's crest, everybody remarks about how terribly you smell. Everybody you talk to in the game, well, almost everybody. There's two characters that don't care. One of them will actually give you a discount on what he's selling because he thinks you smell so good. But that guy is a crazy old grasshopper who's blind and is called a leg eater, so he's not really super trustful. But anyway, since the Dung Defender is kind of smelly, we're going to put some wavy smell lines coming off of him. Pew. Alright, so that's the Dung Defender all finished. Let's draw this table. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw all the other guys, all the other bosses and whatnot that I want in this picture. They're all going to be on this side of the table, because Dung Defender smells bad, so they're all going to be over here. Now, let's see. Which ones did I want to use again? I had this all planned out last night. Let's see, I think I wanted the Hollow Knight to be one of them, who's like one of the final bosses. I wanted the Collector to be one of them. He has 4 arms, so he could hold a teacup in each hand. And then I was thinking to have the shoot, what's his name? I don't know. There's this big puffy boss who's like the soul magician or something like that, or the soul scientist. He uses soul and he's become corrupted by it. But first I'm gonna draw the collector. Excuse me. Now I think the collector might be a little bit easier because he is made out of void. What that means is that he is just completely black. The collector is a very interesting boss in this game. He is throughout the game you find these grubs and you have to rescue them. They're trapped inside of like glass preservation jars. And it turns out the collector is the one who's been putting them all in there. But you never really find out why he was doing it. He's kind of hard to get to. You have to go through. You have to go to like one side of the map to find the key, and then go to the other side of the map and find the place that he's in, and unlock it, and then fight him. And I wouldn't say he's really that difficult of a boss. It took me a couple tries. But I was able to, I was eventually able to get him. Alright, so he's gonna have a teacup in each hand. This is looking more like a coffee cup. That's okay. Oh, he is super energetic. He's always jumping and spinning and bouncing around. So maybe he drinks a lot of coffee. I think that'll work fine. Besides the Graham, I think the collector might be one of the fastest bosses. I think he's waving his cups around, so he's spilling some out of that one right there. Draw his hands here. You know what, I'm thinking for his last hand, maybe he should be like covering his nose. No, I think it'll be too hard because he's all black except for the whites of his eyes. So, if he's covering his nose, we would not be able to really tell. It would just be black on black, and that's nothing. You wouldn't be able to see anything at all. So he's just going to be holding 4 cups of coffee. He's also a very expressive boss. When you fight him, he jumps around. He goes "Woohoo! Ha ha!" Which is weird. He's creepy. When you like finally defeat him, he like starts melting. It's a bit bizarre. But defeating him is good because you get a map to where all the grubs are hidden, so you can rescue them. See if I can draw his little. He's got like a little swoop. His head. Yeah, like that. I think I need to make his legs a little bit longer, maybe, and his torso a little bit shorter, but it's gonna be hard to draw this guy. His fingers. Maybe it's not too hard. Maybe I'm just giving myself a hard time because it's all black, so it's just gonna like blend in with itself. I want it to look nice still. I think I did a pretty good job on his head. To me, the Collector is one of the bosses that really stood out, just because he had a lot of personality and there was this kind of mystery behind him. Didn't quite understand what it was I was fighting. I think that, excuse me. I think that really, that mystique, like the not knowing what his story was, I think that's what made it so interesting. It's one of those cases where like you really want to know. You want to know like what is the deal with this? What is the story behind this? And I looked around for like information on it, but I know that like in my heart I don't really want to know because it will kind of ruin some of the mystery of it. Like a Star Wars prequel, I don't really want to know how the Force works. I'm okay not knowing where Anakin Skywalker came from. It ruins some of the mystery behind the ominous force that is Darth Vader. If I knew that he was this whiny brat. So like, maybe I don't want to know the tragic backstory of the Collector. Or how he got made, or who made him, or what his purpose was, or why he decided to capture all the grubs and hide them, and capture other bugs too. It's maybe it's one of those things that's better left as kind of a mystery to ponder on. Alright, now let's draw these coffee mugs. Draw some coffee spilling out of one of them. My hand's starting to tense up. I know that this coffee cup, everything should be spilling out of it, but he already actually drank that one, so that's why nothing's spilling out. Alright, there's the collector. Part of me is saying that this looks kind of juvenile and not very well done, but part of me is saying I don't care, and just to keep drawing. So I guess that's what I'll do. Alright, we'll draw the other one here in the background. Ooh. Let's see, I think I'm gonna do him with pencil at first too. So the sole mastermind, or the sole patriarch, or whatever it is that this guy is called, we're gonna draw him. I'm gonna start with, he has like a little crest, like a little bauble in the middle that holds up his cape. Not really, maybe more like a shawl. I'm not sure what kind of bug he's supposed to be. Maybe some sort of maybe he's some sort of doodle bug. Oh, you know what? I think I might be drawing him too small. He's like a really big guy. Here, this is what I'll do. I'm just gonna draw. There. That's how big he's going to be. It's generally his shape. He's very round. Buckle right here. Draw his tattered cape or shawl or whatever it is. And then it goes around the other side of him too. You know, it's kind of hard to draw things looking tattered sometimes. I don't know why that is, but... Alright, he's got a big frog mouth. He's got these big sad looking eyes. Roomy with age and knowledge. Or maybe not, maybe I'm just saying that. I have no way of knowing how old he is or anything like that. I think the lore behind it is that after the infection came, a bunch of people went off, or a bunch of bugs went off and started studying the soul and creating these soul arts in the hopes that that would save them from the infection. But seeing as this guy is the master, his glowing kind of orange eyes lead you to believe that it was all for nothing and that he ended up getting infected anyway. Um, there you go, there's his little horns. Now hanging down from this thing, he has like these tattered robes, kind of robe dealies. He's got like layers of them. So let's draw those in. Alright, so there's one half. Gotta put some on the other side too. Yeah, I'm gonna erase this part right here now, so I won't have to come back and erase it in a moment. Oops. All right. Inside, underneath his cloak is his like chitinous car piece. We'll draw that in. It's kind of similar to the Dung Defender's armor, at least in its style. I mean, they're both these round kind of beetle creatures. And then he's got a whole bunch of these itty bitty legs just like hanging down. Now he doesn't ever seem to have any arms, or at least you don't see any. So how is he going to hold his teacup? Well, I think what I'm going to do is he sends out these like orbs of soul energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw like an orb of soul energy. It's going to have the teacup in it. This will look a lot better when I do the colors for it. But I don't give it any outlines. It'll look a lot more magical, kind of. Let's do our inks for him real quick. And then I think that's might be where I have to leave for today. Obviously, this guy is going to take a lot more a lot more color than the collector will. This guy's, when you fight him, it's pretty interesting because you beat him and he like starts to shrivel and like disappear, and you think, oh yeah, I won, that was pretty easy, but it's like a fake out and he like pops back with stronger attacks. It's was very disappointing for me because I had a hard time with him at first. Maybe disappointing is not the right word, but it was scary to see. I thought that I was in the clear, and he does it twice. Like you bust through the ceiling that you're fighting on, and you fall down, and you think that this time you've defeated him because he's like starts to shrivel up again, but then once more he like pops back even stronger, more angry, I guess. There's a dream version of him that you can fight as an optional battle, and I have not even tried that one because I had such a hard time with him at first. I don't even want to know what the like souped up extra hard version of it is like. Alright, oh, don't want to forget his feet. His feet are what helps us know that he is behind the collector, because of that overlap there. Okay. Well, oh, look at that. Perfectly on time. So that's it so far. I guess on Monday I'll try to finish this one up. I want to put at least 2 more guys on this side. I'm thinking I'll do the Hollow Knight himself. He'll probably be standing like right here maybe. And then, oh goodness, excuse me. I'm not sure who the other one was. Maybe like maybe the traitor Mantis Lord. There were originally 4 Mantis Lords, but one of them betrayed the others, and now he lives elsewhere. So I think I might put him in there. That might be a good one. I got some silly putty that my kids left on the ground. I've been playing with. So in case you were wondering what this weird thing is in my hand. Alright, well anyway, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. If you want to see more of my art, you can go on to Instagram and look me up under Inky Inspirations. I post what I do here, but I also post other things as well that you wouldn't see just watching the streams. If you're interested in getting copies of any of my art, go to Society 6, look up Inky Inspiration. You'll be able to see everything there. Other than that, tell your friends. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.